Hey family, this is Master Trainer Solomon Pratt, and I want to make a video about what is it like having a fitness business? What's it like being a trainer? And it seems like it's fun about you just basically wearing gym shoes and wearing workout gear every day, but it's a whole lot to it being a trainer. As myself, I've been a trainer now for about 9 years, and most of my clients are business professionals. Mainly I train mainly women, but I'm also trained some men. So it's like mainly businessmen from the age of 50 to about 63, but mainly women from about I say about 34 to about 60. So those are mainly because the women pretty much, buy most of my products, my bands, and pay for most of the training. But I noticed that my men clients last longer. So what it's like being a trainer is pretty much you have to know your niche. So you have to know what type of a client is your ideal client. So are you trying to train just athletes? Are you trying to train just skinny men to help them get more fit? So you have to know what type of client is your ideal client. So with me, I can pretty much train anybody, but just mainly women are the ones who basically, pretty much, hire me the most because a lot of times the women are more coachable than the guys. And all of my clients online are women. So it's very important, for you to have enough experience to go and know your niche. But definitely being a trainer is a sales job. So whether you pretty much want to work in the gym or work, on your own as an entrepreneur, it's a few different things that you just pretty much need to know. Okay, so number one, so let's say if you're starting off working in a big box gym. Like myself, I used to work at Export, but my experience was a little bit different because I started off being a trainer on my own for about 5 years, and then it was time to say, the thing was a little slow, and I started working in the gym. And so I have the experience of working on my own and in the gym. So I can tell you about the difference. So when you're working in the gym, I know that like a lot of trainers in the gym, the gym would give them clients, so they didn't, like, or they pretty much didn't go and look for clients because the gym would give them clients. But what happened is, they would get, entitled and pretty much bougie, like, I'm not finna walk the floor, I'm not finna get new business because the gym would pretty much, feed them clients. So yeah. But really, so if you can master the art of getting new business, you can go anywhere and make money. Because like myself, I started off, working on my own, being a trainer as an entrepreneur. So working in the gym was like child's play. So when I was working at Expo, I was like the top trainer. I was like known for getting women off of the floor in like 10 seconds. So I used to like doing what we call PTXs, where pretty much you would pour some money off of the floor and give them a workout for about 15 minutes to an hour, and pretty much try to convince them to pay for personal training, and you would basically get paid $10. So I said, okay, so I can do a PTX in 10, 15 minutes and make $10, or sometimes I can do two or three of them at one time, and then I make fit pretty much like about $20 or $30 because they would pay you $10. So I actually liked it because myself, because I still was always training clients on the side, so I can build back in my business. I love the fact that I can come in the gym and then just, work the floor, whatever I wanted to, while I still was, building up my clients at home, but yeah. But so I preferred it that way, and because most trainers at the gym didn't work the floor. So I was like, man, I say, because since I've been on my own, I said, man, because, and then when you're basically working at the gym, they're not going to pay you that much money. So at the gym I was at charged $55 per session, and then they would pay the trainer. If you had like one cert, they would pay you like $13 a session. Pretty much like chump change. But yeah, but just but you're in the gym, and then yeah, but yeah, so pretty much, even when I was at the gym, I was really still focused on my own business, but I just wanted, in the meantime, to get some money and to get some exposure. So that's one thing I like about it, though, is like work in a gym. A lot of people will know you and pretty much see you, from being a fitness professional in the gym. So you definitely would get exposure, and you definitely would get experience And then you also pretty much, it can also help you to be able to learn the business. So, so basically working in the gym, you're going to have to hit different quotas when it comes down to your sales. So your manager is going to have you to have a certain limit of PT sales you actually have to pretty much make per month. They're going to also want you to sell products like, supplements for the client. So yeah, but definitely, I mean, working in the gym, pretty much is some experience for you to learn the business on personal training. But you can't just learn it on your own, especially because of YouTube. And I say at least get you at least one certification. So definitely, because you want to know what you're talking about when you're talking to a client. So definitely, I would recommend, a person can start off, in the gym. But definitely, getting you a certification would be number one for whether you're working in the gym or you're basically working on your own, being a fitness entrepreneur. So pretty much to being a fitness entrepreneur, so you got to have different ways to go and get leads and get new business, whether it's from Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So with me, I would get most of my business from Facebook. So Facebook, and then pretty much, so it's good to always be telling people about your business. And one thing that I would basically suggest having a fitness business is for you to go and get incorporated or have a LLC as soon as possible, because pretty much the government doesn't take you seriously until you're incorporated, or you pretty much get registered by the state. So I would suggest doing that as soon as possible and get you some personal training insurance. So how it is being a trainer too is, you're gonna pretty much be waiting around, for clients to train them. So definitely, so if you're doing a one-on-one training, you gotta train people before they go to work or after they go to work. So pretty much, our life revolves around being available to train people. But that's also why I pretty much switched to doing the online training, because that's pretty much where, the business is going. And then once you've been doing it for so long, you get tired of people canceling so just pretty much the business is going more so to online training, but they're going to always still need one-on-one training. So I have a mix of a hybrid training, which is a mix of one-on-one training and online training. So just being a trainer, like I said, it's a sales business, and pretty much you have to get good at getting pretty much who always be looking for clients. So because things happen, it's like people people will pretty much go on vacation, and then that's their personal training, spending money that they just spent. So so you can't but later on, once you do have certain type of loyal and like dedicated clients that's gonna keep paying you, I definitely do help a lot. But but the person has to wanna put in the work. So so really I say the hard part about being a trainer is just getting people who don't want to work out to actually go and do something. That's pretty much the most challenging thing about it. A lot of times people say anything. People say they want to get healthy. They say they want to get fit. But a lot of times, most people are full of shit, So I hate to say it, but I'm saying what it is. Me being a trainer, most people, they say this, but but the action shows that that they're not willing to put in the work, or they're just not ready, or just it's always something. But just the issue is when people don't want to do something bad enough, you have to use game and strategy to get a person to go and act on it. So personal training is one of the things where people want to put it off. They'd rather spend money on other stuff versus working on their health. So they'd rather spend money on their hair, spend money on a vacation, spend money on other things. They give them instant gratification. So so you're really in the business of pretty much convincing a person how you can help them and you can add value to their life. But a person at least has to be willing to put in the work. You can be the best trainer in the world. Some people that I pretty much signed up and then I really wanted to help them, but the people just didn't want to do the work. It's like they didn't want to make time, to train on the app or train one-on-one, and it was always something. But the person has to want to put in the work. So you're gonna spend a lot of time, talking to people, and then pretty much trying to go and have them to break their habits of not, putting their health first. So that's the thing about being a trainer, that is very frustrating, because you can be good at what you do, but the person don't want to put in the work, it don't mean nothing. So you gotta, it's pretty much like a catch-22, because you gotta find some people, who actually, they can afford it, but then they got a little bit of time, and then they actually want to do it. Because you're running the people that, okay, so they can afford it, but then, like, they don't want to, make the time to regularly do it. So. But that's one thing that I tell people a lot, though, so you're going to pay one way or another. So, you can either pay for somebody to help you, save time and to take out the guesswork, or you're going to just pay by not knowing, and you not actually, looking the way that you want to look, or not, having the energy, or not, being the best version of yourself, so you can maximize, your full potential. But definitely, just being a trainer, so yes, I mean, it's a tough sales job, but it is pretty much rewarding. I think today I was training one of my clients, Coletta, and she was telling me about how, pretty much, her boss gave her a compliment, noticing the changes on her body and her friends. So, I mean, those things pretty much are very rewarding. By, people, you're teaching them, lifestyle habits is going to make them better, and it's going to, pretty much, make them a better person, because fitness is pretty much one of the things that it's a 24-hour commitment. It's like a lot of things, it's not like that, but fitness is. So that's why it's tougher to get people to go and commit, and to just, do something, because this is gonna, pretty much, just show, so have you been getting enough rest? Have you been going out to eat with your friends? So just, it's a total lifestyle change. And that's what I tell people, though, you can't just only do stuff when you feel like it and then expect to get the maximum results. And that's the problem that most people have. Most people want to, they want to work out when they got some type of big event coming up, or some type of photo shoot coming up. Then they want to try to, okay, I need to work out for right now, because I got an event coming up next month. So it's a total lifestyle change. So that's number one. And the other thing about being a trainer, that that a lot of people have these bad conceptions about what all trainers do, is just hang out all day and have sex with women, which, I mean, some trainers do that too, but but pretty much true, like, being a trainer is like, you're still, in some ways, you're like a doctor, because you have to solve a problem, that comes down to why a person, is not losing weight, why the body is not changing, so you got to pretty much figure that out, and then just keep their body changing while still keeping them inspired. It's just, just that you're basically being a therapist, you're being a relationship expert to help them with that. Or then, to the other thing that I noticed too, when it comes down to the women, is like training men and women are totally different. So like I was saying earlier, I noticed that the men clients are more dedicated, and the men clients last longer than the women. My men clients, but most of my business is the women. I'm good at helping people. I know my niche. I'm good at helping people. Tone their body. Build strength, build muscle. Women wanting to build a bigger butt naturally, wanting to tone their thighs. Wanting to get rid of back fat, tone their arms. So I specialize in helping more so the everyday person, so then they can tone up and build strength and tone their body. But I also teach some martial arts, and I teach also the boxing and some of the Shaolin Kung Fu in there to help people relieve stress. So I know how to put that together. But one thing that I have noticed too, that this is, the tough thing about the fitness business, I know, is that with the women, a lot of times, when something happened in their life, they want to just stop training, So, let's say that, she basically breaks up with with her husband, or basically, her boyfriend or husband cheating on her, she gonna just stop working out, Just, I noticed that with the women, when something happens, they just want to just stop working out, They just say, So instead of them, pretty much using this as a way that they can just pretty much, work through the pain and then later on feel better, I noticed that with the women, they'll quit just like that. I have my men clients that, that somebody would die and they still will come to work out, to help them feel better, But yeah, just training men and women are totally different, so but just still, it's about you knowing your business and knowing, your ideal target. So it's like, yeah, but definitely, the business is changing, and yeah. And one thing that I will say that, once again, I was saying, when you pretty much start your fitness business, I would suggest you, if you're really serious, to go and get incorporated and pretty much, get registered by the state and get you, so get you some personal training insurance. And I would suggest you getting you a corporate business account. So that would be good too, So one thing that I wish that I would have knew before, I wish that I would have got it a business account and and got incorporated when I first got started, because then so that would have made it easier, building up your business credit. So yeah, but definitely but most of being a trainer is, once again, you have to, it's just that when a person doesn't want to do nothing or doesn't want to put in work, you gotta pretty much convince them that that this would make them better without them pretty much wanting to put it off. So that's pretty much the toughest thing about being a trainer. Is a lot of people, they don't want to do nothing about their health until after they see the doctor or until it's too late. And the other thing is, a lot of people, like I said before, they don't respect the business of being a trainer. So being a trainer, you gotta, hold a person accountable. You gotta charge them when they don't come. You gotta still just be available to train. You gotta be on time. So you have clients that they're late, but then the trainer shouldn't be late. So they can be late, but since you are the fitness professional, you're supposed to be on time. So that's the other thing, So you have to have people and teach them and train them to value your time, or else, So but that's the whole thing about being a fitness entrepreneur on your own. Having your own studio is, if you don't produce, you can't pay your bills. Like at the gym, you get paid just to be there. So whether the clients show up or not. But as an entrepreneur, you have to take it seriously on a whole different level. Otherwise, you can't make money. Otherwise, you'll waste your time with somebody. So just but one thing that I learned too is 9 times out of 10, when I schedule somebody for, I would say, to meet up with me so we can talk about, the health and fitness goals and, pretty much sure that I might give sometimes people a sample session to get new business. Sometimes I do that though, but it depends, but a sample. But if a person don't call, don't show, they're not gonna pretty much, that's gonna be, that's pretty much, a nightmare client. A nightmare client is somebody, who cancels all the time. Somebody, who pretty much, just don't come. They just, it comes down to a person's character, because to go and take on, having a trainer, a person has to have a certain amount of character, so pretty much, to just, to come when they say that they'll come, to go and pretty much, to just do what they say that they'll do. Your character has to be strong enough. So a lot of people, they're flaky, just especially like a lot of women are flaky, but then still, there are guys flaky too now. But yeah, but you have to have a certain amount of character and a certain amount of respect. So pretty much every time I had somebody who was scheduled, to come for a session, especially somebody that I just met, and then the person has not showed up, nothing never came about that. So that is to show that this person flaky, this person doesn't take your business seriously. So, you have to X those people off, because they affect your business and they affect your time. So at time that you spend waiting on them to train them, you could have trained somebody else. You could have been scouted for clients. You could have done anything. So yeah, so you have to have people to respect your time. So you can always make more money, but you don't get more time. So really, time is more important than money. So, all right, y'all. So I'm gonna have a few different series about being a personal trainer. So for the young people out there, or the people period who just want to do this as a career, or just even like a nice little side hustle, this definitely can help. And it does definitely feel good. Help people achieve their goals and helping them be better. And just helping them with their habits. But that's what it comes down to. It takes some time to just get people to go and pretty much to build up, the habits of being a better person. But if a person has been, a certain kind of way for years and years, it's going to take some time. So just like in the video, you're going to basically have to go and pretty much allow people, room for error. So you're going to want them, to go. And I had some people though that clients right away, they came right off the back, they're coachable. Because some of my favorite people to train are like teachers, military people, or just pretty much business people for the most part too. Those are pretty much my favorite, people to train. People that they can follow instructions and they know how to. Okay, I don't know everything. this person specializes in this. Let me focus on what I do, and let me pay a professional to keep me right and to hold me accountable. So those are the kind of people that you want to have. People who wants to, who have enough smarts to just, to just let you do what you do, being the professional, and then take the guesswork out so that they can do what they do. So if a person doesn't respect what you do, and but that's not going to work out. So, all right, y'all. So I hope this video helps. And I'm going to come out with some more videos about having your fitness business. And yes, so actually this is part 1. I'm going to come out with a few more other ones because there's so much to cover. But all right, y'all. I'll see y'all next time.